Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Swift MotorSports Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series fires things off right here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, round 2 in the championship chase here for season number 3. Who's going to step away with a shot at Texas in Richmond? Tonight is the first cutoff race here for these championship drivers, so it's going to be a very hot and heated battle, I can assure you that. Pretty cool, breezy night here in Nevada. 65 degrees on the temperature, 69 track temperature here tonight. Track temperature dropping just 1 degree from happy hour to qualifying already. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave, bringing you all the calls from the trackside as the 5-minute qualifying session is already underway. A few drivers putting in their time lap. We'll jump to a few of them out there. There you can see the left-hand side of your screen. 34-1-4. Quick time tonight. Jerry Cochran gonna put the 18 machine top of the speed charts right now. He's gonna finish his second time lap. Big Mac John McMillan Sr. right there in second. Chad Lancaster, Sean Mitchell, John Peel inside the top 10. Lee Staples last on the speed charts here in this 5-minute qualifying session. Larry Poling, Logan Hartman, Kevin Burrows, Jason Branch, last week's race winner at Darlington, opening up the championship run with a win. The 99 yet to go out on track for his time lap. While Peel goes top of the board just for a moment now. Sean Mitchell going to have that quick time, 33:04. 2.5 minutes into the 5-minute qualifying session, we've had multiple drivers jump to the top of the speed charts. Jerry Cochran had it for a moment. John McMillan Jr. took it. Todd McGregor, then Lee Campbell. John Peel. Now it belongs to Jason Branch. He's going to dethrone Sean Mitchell, the 99. Going to go back to the point once again here. Fast time tonight, 30-59. Looking through the timing and scoring, it doesn't look like we have anybody else out there. Kevin Burrows going to slot 6th with his second time lap. So Burrows a little bit off pace here for qualifying. We'll have to see if the 23 has the race pace when we come back trackside here. Just about a minute and a half remaining in this 5-minute qualifying session. And then drivers will hit this track right here under the desert sun. We should see the sunset. We will finish under the lights tonight in the Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series right here for the Swift MotorSports, and that's going to do it with 60 seconds. Nobody left to take that top spot away from Jason Branch. He'll snatch the pole position here tonight, and with that being said, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, head down trackside for the national anthem, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Coming back trackside as drivers make their way through the final pre-race inspection. Gives us just a brief moment, so why don't we fill some time with some official business here tonight. Championship standings coming into tonight's race. There you can see Jason Branch, after walking away with the win last week, he's going to have himself a 2-point advantage over John Peel. Peel running well here in qualifying. He'll start third here tonight. Larry Poling with a solid finish last week, as well as Kevin Burrows, Donald Bennett, David Cameron, Noah Owens, Sean Mitchell, John McMillan Sr., all still battling it out inside those top 10 positions, and only 16 points separating Logan Hartman, sitting back in that 12th position from the points leader. So mathematically possible for a driver outside of the top 10 to make it into championship round number 2 when we hit Texas Motor Speedway next Monday night, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And it looks like final few drivers are beginning to slowly make their way through. Why don't we check in with the weather report? How's the weather out there? Well, there you go. Still sitting around 65 degrees, so not much of a difference there. But look at the track temperature steadily dropping here throughout happy hour qualifying, and now starting at the race. We'll begin the track temperature at the coolest it's been all day long here in Las Vegas Motor Speedway. These BUTTKICKER Ayer's iRacing paints ARCA Menard Series drivers may have a little more grip than what they're used to. Most of the field has hit their starting spot. You can hear those familiar sounds in the background. It's time to run down tonight's official starting lineup here for Chase Race number 2 in season number 3 for the BUTTKICKER Ayer's iRacing paint ARCA Menard Series right here in Swift Motorsports, walking away with the pole position. Lining up inside row number 1, the 4X Racing driver, the 99 of Jason Branch. Lined up just to his outside, the 65 of Sean Mitchell. Back in row number 2 here tonight, the 77 of John Peel, followed by the 14 of Lee Campbell. John McMillan Sr., Kevin Burrows making up row number 3, row 4 here tonight. Todd McGregor and Jerry Cochran. Chad Lancaster, Lee Staples in the 5, going to round out your top 10. David Cameron, Noah Owens back in row number 6, row number 7 here tonight. Is going to consist of, I do believe, just Logan Hartman, and Larry Poling in the 69. I do believe Larry is out there on the track. Yes, indeed, up to speed at the tail end of the field. Big shout out and tip of the cap to race admin and official here tonight, the 30 of Justin Gann, pulling some official duties here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We got to keep him locked up. Can't let him have too much fun out there on the strip. You know, he's got a race later on this week. Got to keep his mind where it needs to be, so we'll keep Gann locked up in that admin booth just down the hall. Ford Mustang iRacing pace car ready to duck off for the first time here tonight, and we will kick this thing off right field. Wait for it, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 105 laps are on the board. Which one of these drivers is going to make it through turn one ahead of the rest of them? Jason Branch going to scoot away with no problem whatsoever. Look at them now coming off of turn number 2. They'll head down the backstretch. Few drivers looking side by side, but nobody really having that advantage yet. We'll jump a little bit further back up through the field now. Watch these battles continue to unfold here on lap number 1. Gonna stay right here with these drivers at the front of the field. Kevin Burrows is looking to make his way around Lee Campbell. That's a battle for 4th and 5th on the track right now. Jason Branch out to a 0.3 of a second advantage. John Peel making his way by Sean Mitchell. He'll take the second position away and try to run down the 99 of Jason Branch. There you can see the 77 looking good and clean here tonight. Was fast and happy. Translate that happy hour speed into race trim speed. Fell off a bit there in qualifying. Fell back to 3rd on the speed charts. Still a very respectable start here in chase race number 2. John Peel continues to hunt the front. Small little gaps throughout this field. We'll back up, watch a few of the other drivers. There's one driver kind of in a no man's land. 3/10 in front, 4/10 out back. John McMillan Sr. sits in 7th. See those 4 cars packed up behind John McMillan Sr. That's the 18, the 5, the 02, and the 88 of Noah Owens. 8th all the way through 11th on the track, running with each other. David Cameron, Logan Hartman, Larry Poling. A little bit off pace here tonight of the 14 drivers that are on the track here, chasing down their championship hopes and dreams. 8 drivers gonna make it into... Oh no, I apologize. No, it's gonna be 12. 12 drivers make it into round number 2. And then 8 drivers will fight it out for the championship when we hit Homestead Miami Speedway here in just a few short weeks. So mark it on your calendars. Watch out, September 13th, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network will be championship racing with Swift Motorsports. Noah Owens going to pick up 2 positions here on lap number 6. He'll get by Chad Lancaster, then Jerry Cochran. And now Noah Owens sits inside the top 10 in that 9th position, trying to run down Lee Staples. Still watching this 23 of Kevin Burrows, trying to make his way up and around Sean Mitchell. There you can see that 65 holding strong on the high side here in 3 and 4. Toyota Camry on the front of that 65. Can he keep it in front of the Chevy Impala? Trying to hunt him down right here. Kevin Burrows going to lock himself in and try to knock a few of these drivers out. Burrows with the top 5 finish here tonight will lock himself in to round number 2 without a shadow of a doubt. And it looks like, I'm trying to look through these point standings right here, right now. I mean, he's sitting 6th in points, just 1 point in front of both Donald Bennett and David Cameron. So it's going to be close there. Still 4 points in front of Sean Mitchell, who's on the outside looking in on the championship 12. No, apologize. Sean Mitchell just inside of that championship 12, sitting in the 10th in the point standings. I don't know. Too early to worry about it. Let's get back to the racing action on the track. Man at the front of the field was your pole sitter, was last week's race winner, the iHeartRadio sponsored Chevy Impala. That 99 of Jason Branch continues his winning ways. And remember, race fans, at the beginning of the season, he rattled off 3 straight race wins. Now it's championship time, and he has already put 1 in the bag. Is he gonna make it 2 and go back-to-back here in Season 3's championship chase? Still a long way to go, long way to find out. Only lap number 11 out of the 105 scheduled here tonight in the official race distance. Everybody chases Jason Branch. Close battle beginning to develop right here for that second position. John Peel in the 77. He's on the outside trying to keep it high, wide, and handsome. Can he keep it out there? Close battle there as Kevin Burrows going to cross the stripe just a nose in front of that 77. Now he's going to clear. Advantage goes to the 23 going into 1. John Peel off pace just a little bit now as the 65 of Sean Mitchell comes back into the picture. Mitchell going to dive down the backstretch and into turn number 3 on the bottom. That's going to force Peel up the track, force him to run that middle to high lane. Lose a little bit of ground to the drivers running that shorter distance around that inside lane. And there you can see Sean Mitchell just completing the pass as they head back to 1. Drivers through 1 and 2 coming at you down the back stretch. They'll head back to turn number 3. Into 3 and 4 now, coming off of turn number 4. They'll head back to that stripe right there. Look at that beautiful sunset here tonight. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, I tell you what, it doesn't get much better than this. Fast-paced action here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. These drivers not holding back, getting it out here tonight as the sun begins to set in the background. John Peel falls back to 4th position, now just 1 spot back from where he started in the top podium spots. He started 3rd here tonight from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and Peel looking to finish off his regular season very solidly as well. Came into tonight's race 2nd in the points, just in front of Lee Staples and Lee Campbell. Larry Poling also inside of the top 5. Poling out there on the track, running back through the field, though 9 seconds back. He sits in 13th. Jump around the track just a little bit once again. Those two battle it out. Kevin Burrows, Sean Mitchell going at it with each other for a moment. Whoa, wait a minute. No. That's going to be Jason Branch and Kevin Burrows. Battle for the race lead. Will we have lap number 16? They cross the stripe to begin lap number 17. They'll head through the corner, nose to tail, as Branch continues to lead the race, but he's got company now. Will, the driver sitting right behind him, there's a good look at Kevin Burrows trying to close in on that 99 of Branch. We'll see him keep it down to the inside, just about a car length lower. Whoa, a little bit of a wiggle up and off of the corner exit. He'll have to try again one more time. Gonna fall back just a little bit, let the gap get created, cool the tire off for just a second. Big little moment there for Burrows. And as these two battle, check out that blue and white 65 of Sean Mitchell. He's beginning to reel your leaders in. They'll go side by side through 3 and 4. Fighting for the top spot off of turn number 4. They'll stay drag racing through the front stretch. Burrows on the bottom branch at the top branch going to keep the race lead for the time being. He'll actually gain about 3 car lengths before they head into 1. Back now off of turn 2, the gap begins to dissipate once again as Burrows picks up some draft help. He'll close within about a half a car length through the center of 3 and 4. He'll hang with them tight. Nice exit there for the 23. He'll stay in tow. Branch continues to lead here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 20 laps into tonight's 105-lap official race distance. We've got a close battle here for first and second. Close battle for 4th and 5th on the track as well. John Peel beginning to fight with Todd McGregor. The 71 has gained 2 positions from where he started tonight's race, but the biggest mover is the man sitting in second inside that 23, Kevin Burrows, looking for another. He's gained 4 spots tonight. Can he make it a 5th and grab that top spot? Jason Branch gonna keep him at bay for the time being. Lap number 21 now underway. And as the top 2 begin to settle that out, these 3 drivers going to begin to mix things up with each other. Battle amongst these 3 drivers: John Peel, Sean Mitchell, Todd McGregor, 3rd, 4th, 5th on the speedway. And how about that throwback Mountain Dew of McGregor? Needs a solid run here tonight if he's going to want to pick up enough points to make it into the next round and continue his championship hopes and dreams here in season number 3. We will have a new season champion this year. Last year's champion stepping away, moving on up to the Performance Truck Series and beyond, with the Breezy Acre Dairy Farms Xfinity Series as well as the Hyperdrive Racing Cup Series right here for Swift Motorsports. You know, 23 laps into this thing, man, how y'all doing out there? How you feeling? Check in over there on the chats if you want. Let us know what you're doing. How you feeling tonight? Drivers looking good out there. No real mess. We have been clean and green all 23. Now we'll put lap 24 on the board as the leaders work their way off of turn 4 through the tri-oval. They'll cross the line. And Peel, he begins to step away now from Sean Mitchell and Todd McGregor. He begins to distance himself and try to close back in on those top 2 drivers, continuing that battle for the top spot. Todd McGregor still trying to gain a spot from Sean Mitchell. That's going to be for 4th and 5th on the speedway. A little further back, let's go back, check these drivers out. They've been mixing it up lap after lap, switching and swapping those positions 4 different times. Last time around the track, Lee Campbell and Lee Staples. It's the battle of the Lees out there. And now Jerry Cochran, he's kind of broken up that battle over the last lap here. Now Cochran is going to look for another position on the track. He's going to dive it to the inside of the 51 of Macmillan. Ooh, Senior comes down the track just a little bit, almost in to the right rear quarter panel of the 18. Can that Chevy continue to follow the Toyota Camry? Piloted by Josh Cochran, making a splash here tonight. Cochran running well. He runs in the 7th position. Meanwhile, back at the front, we've had a pass for the race lead through 3 and 4. Kevin Burrows gonna hang it to the high side and grab the top spot for the first time here tonight. That's going to give us our first lead change amongst 2 different race leaders here tonight. Kevin Burrows goes to the point and he starts to step away immediately from Jason Branch as Branch wore out the tires a little bit too soon. What will the fuel strategy be? We'll have to wait to see how it all continues to shake out here. 27 laps in the books. Drivers work their way around the track. Lap 28. A little further back there, you can see Todd McGregor still battling with that 65 of Sean Mitchell. That battle not really going anywhere tonight. They've stayed side by side pretty much the entire night. A little bit of gaps beginning to develop from here on back. Lee Staples about 8/10 back there. You can see that 5-step tire. The sponsored Chevy running back in that 5th position. Jerry Cochran back behind him in 7th as these drivers have begun to gap themselves. Looks like Noah Owens is going to pull to pit lane this time around. How about David Cameron? He was beginning to make up some ground on Chad Lancaster. There you can see that 0-2 just off in the distance in front of Cameron. Tell you what, why don't we go down on board here? One of the onboard camera shots. Well, I mean, there you go. Look at the man in his office getting the job done. David Cameron continues around the track, now up in the 10th position. We'll go inside, right around here. Onboard shot here with David Cameron. A few of the drivers carrying these onboard camera shots for us tonight. We'll jump to another one a little bit further up through the field. Todd McGregor sitting right here in the 4th position. Looks like McGregor gonna head to pit road. So as McGregor comes down to pit road, we'll jump back to the front once again. Lee Campbell enters pit road hot that time. Chad Lancaster, David Cameron follows suit. 4 drivers down to pit road for their first green flag pit stop. Jason Branch now trying to fend off the hard-charging John Peel. He's going to put it to the bottom of the speedway. Look to take that 2nd position away and close in on Kevin Burrows. Try to shorten that gap right before you head to pit road. A good thing that I've always seen in the Formula One side of things. Big Formula One Ferrari fan here, but that's another story. You hear Lewis Hamilton's I don't want to necessarily say spotter, but I guess car engineer or something like that always tells him, you know, all right, Lewis, it's hammer time. And that's right before he's going to pit. That's when you got to put down some of your best laps. That may not be your fastest, but it's got to be the fastest out there on track. And it looks like Jason Branch is struggling here with the pace. Your pole sitter falling back to 3rd now as the 15 has been able to make his way up and around. Logan Hartman gonna get himself a little bit closer to getting himself off of a little bit of a slide, locking him up. Will it be slow enough? Oh boy. We'll jump back out to the front of this field. New race leader, our 2nd lead change of the night, as John Peel has taken the top spot. Now that's going to give us our 3rd different race leader. Oh, I apologize. That is 4 different lead changes here tonight. 3 different race leaders, and John Peel going to give it the top spot. He's going to come to pit road here tonight. And where's that going to leave everybody, man? It is going to be a crazy outlap here. All of these drivers going to be coming together very shortly. Sean Mitchell in the Blues Diecast 65 looks like he may have capitalized with that big-time undercut. Mitchell came to pit road back on lap 29. So about 4 to 5 laps ago is when he was on to pit road. That's the difference on the tires. Just 1 lap difference from himself to Todd McGregor in the 71 machine, sitting back behind him in that 2nd position. And Sean Mitchell indeed going to take that top spot, give us our 4th different race leader of the night. 5 different lead changes. And Jason Branch falling to the wayside here. He came to pit road just a lap or 2 ago, so gave up a ton of track time by staying out there as these drivers or trying the undercut, and it looks like it very well may just work out here for Sean. Looking at it here, it looks like most of the drivers are capable of doing about 33 laps, so that's only going to get you to lap 99. Can fuel strategy be on the minds of a few drivers already here tonight? We'll take a look back at this battle, one of the closest battles on the track. That's Jason Branch trying to run down John Peel. Both of those drivers down to pit road on lap number 34 and number 33, so just a one-lap difference on the tires for these two drivers as they continue to fight it out for the last spot inside the top 5. Jerry Cochran with a good undercut. He puts the 18 into the 4th position. Sean Mitchell, Todd McGregor, and Kevin Burrows round out your top 3 as we reach lap number 38 out of the 105 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. We're going to break for just a brief commercial break, but don't worry, you won't miss any of the action as we go swift side by side. Backtrack side as promised, not missing any of the action. Chad Lancaster, Noah Owens swapping the 10th position back and forth over and over a few times here, back on lap number 40 and through lap 41. John McMillan Sr. getting by Lee Campbell for that 8th position on track. There you can see Lee Staples just in front of the 69 of Larry Poling. Poling listed off of the lead lap, second driver down one lap as the 15 of Logan Hartman sits in the lucky dog position. But I don't think we're going to see one of those caution flags here tonight. It does look like this is going to be one of those clean and green races that we have been so accustomed to seeing here with Swift Motorsports in the Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. These drivers known for putting down a ton of green flag laps, and if you're looking for a great league, looking for a great series, head on over to Facebook.com. You can find them right over there, Swift Motorsports. Also right here on the iRacing lead directories. That's right, iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator, and that's where you gotta go. You can hook up and find these drivers, rub elbows with them here on Monday night, maybe even Tuesday night in the Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. How about the Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series? Maybe you got your eye on running the Cup cars. Well, you got those as well here with Swift Motorsports with the Hyperdriver Racing Cup Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, your home for Swift. And as we inch closer to the halfway point here tonight, also want to keep in mind, race fans, let these drivers know you appreciate and love what they do out there on the track for you, not just tonight, but each and every night they join us here and bring some great racing action to you. Drop them a thumbs up. Join us in that push to 2,000 subscribers. We are right there. Drop these drivers a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash that bell on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. And a pass for the race lead. Kevin Burrows goes to the top spot. He'll grab the lead once again from Sean Mitchell back on lap number 45. So that was just a handful of laps ago. As we continue to watch some of the battles through the tail of the field, let's jump back towards the front. Watch these two drivers continue to go at it. Now Sean Mitchell under fire from Todd McGregor. With a little bit of a roll of the dice gambling here in Sin City, he's going to have a big undercut. Took quite a long time for these drivers to make up those positions. Looks like they came back out on the track, got up to speed right around lap number 35, so it looks like about 15 to 16 laps is what it took to run down Sean Mitchell on just 6 lap fresher tires. That's going to be something that these crew chiefs are going to have to be aware of. Kevin Burrows, man, since grabbing the top spot, he has absolutely checked out. Biggest race advantage we've seen all night here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Kevin Burrows now with a 2.8 second lead over the 71 of Todd McGregor. That lead knocking on the door of 3 seconds as McGregor slowly starting to have Sean Mitchell regain some pace. Mitchell looks to close back in. He looks to go to that second position and maybe try to snatch that top spot away. Once again, Mitchell was the race leader for a handful of laps as we go on board now with that 65 down the back stretch as he tries to close in on McGregor. Why don't we jump back a little further through the field? Another onboard camera shot. There you can see the 99 of Jason Branch, your pole sitter. He's had himself quite an eventful night. Went from pole position, leading a handful of laps all the way back outside of the top 5, just barely inside the top 10. Jason Branch sits in 8th. Jump back high above the track drone cam here tonight. Let's see what you see out there. Why don't we go back to this little driver right here, John Peel, sitting in the 5th position. Slowly stepping away from Lee Staples back behind him. The 5 machine trying to close in, but still sits 0.8 of a second off and losing a handful of hundredths each and every lap. Big gain that time for Staples through 1 and 2, though. He's going to close in by a 10th. Drivers about 10 laps away from making their second round of green flag pit stops. What will I don't even know how to pronounce that brewing company, John, so I don't want to butcher it. I'll get with you on how to pronounce that one here, maybe in the post-race interviews. Let's see if that 77 can gain 2 more positions here tonight. Just about 51 laps remaining here as drivers make their way back down the backstretch. Leader Kevin Burrows works his way off of 4 across the line. Clean and smooth sailing right now for the 23 of Kevin Burrows. Nobody around him. There you can see, well, the 88 of Noah Owens. He's got fresh tires. He just came off of pit road. He came flying out of nowhere. We didn't even see him out there on the radar, so to speak. Then all of a sudden, right there, those fresh tires. There you can see that difference in speed. And already gone is Noah Owens. Last time by was just about a half a second faster, and that was just an up-to-speed lap. So you can imagine what the time difference is going to be this time around. We'll watch it on the speed charts. Report in those lap times. Let's see if we can see how it all shakes out here. Looks like this time by 31:21 for Noah Owens. And over 1.5 seconds now difference from your race leader, Kevin Burrows. That's how much you give up to those fresh tires. Is it enough to get Owens inside the top 5 and possibly to the front? Before the round of green flag pit stops, why don't we go ahead and run down some driver highlights and spotlights. Sitting right here at the front of the field, came into tonight's race sitting just outside the top 5 in the point standings. Kevin Burrows looks to bounce back from the rough run last week. Burrows sits in first. Another driver needing another solid run here tonight. Todd McGregor has that 71 machine up 5 spots. He's running in second. McGregor helping his chances at chasing that championship. Jerry Cochran in the 18 machine. He's going to sit third here tonight, up 5 positions as well. So Cochran has been on the move here tonight. Can he get that Grayson Jade Photography 18 a little closer to the front? Cochran runs in third. John Peel staying out on the track as drivers begin those green flag pit stops. Peel running in fourth as Cochran gonna give up that third spot. Peel now makes his way back to a podium spot, right back to where he started tonight's race. John Peel sits now in third. Lee Staples inherits the fourth position. The Step Tire Chevy Impala looking good out there tonight. Staples sits in fourth. Driver back in fifth, right back to where he started tonight's race. John McMillan Sr. sits in fifth. That's going to pretty much do it for the driver highlights and spotlights as we continue to have a few drivers make their round of green flag pit stops. Second green flag pit stop underway. Sean Mitchell, Jerry Cochran, both of those two drivers already down to pit road. Noah Owens made a big gain on some of the drivers sitting back off of the lead lap as we have now chased it on down. 7 drivers left on the lead lap here as we're just a little bit past that halfway point. Todd McGregor going to give up the second position and come to pit road. Last time around, the 77 will work his way to his pit box. We'll keep our eye on it. Down and in the box. Up goes the right side. On goes the tires. Down and away to the left side. Now the left side goes up a little slow right there. They're going to finish filling it with fuel. Drop the jack and out he goes. Great pit stop there. Todd McGregor's pit crew to cover after the Jackman with a little bit of a slip getting around. they were able to get those tires on and off and get him back off of pit road very quickly. We'll jump back up front. Driver continuing to lead this race. He's knocking on the door of securing the most laps led here tonight. Leading almost this entire green flag stint right now. Big time advantage going to the 23 of Kevin Burrows. Almost a 5-second advantage over John Peel, who has about another 2 seconds over Lee Staples, now sitting in that third and final podium spot. John McMillan Sr. and Jason Branch back into the top 5. Lap number 66 now on the board. Look for most of the drivers at the front of this field to head down pit road this time by what will that 69 of Larry Poling do? Listed as the first driver off of the lead lap, Poling has yet to hit pit road. Will he try to extend this fuel run this time around? And Burrows is going to grab another lap. Ooh, boy, Burrows going to extend his fuel run this time around. There you can see the 0-2 of Chad Lancaster. He's trying to get himself back to just sitting one lap down. Lancaster has been to pit road for the second time already here tonight, back on lap number 59, and it sounds like that 23 may be clutching quite a bit. We can hear that engine kind of stall out a little bit when he reaches the corner entry. Let's see if we can hear it again. And it kind of, I don't know if he's shutting it off, but I do believe he may be clutching inside that 23 machine. John McMillan Sr. going to bring the 51 down. He'll give up a spot inside of the top 5. That will give us just 4 drivers on the track. No, and Kevin Burrows going to come to pit road. He'll give up the race lead to John Peel, the 77. Going to go back to the point here tonight. Actually peeled to the point for the first time, I do believe. No, I apologize. That's just going to be our 6th different lead change of the night as Peel heads back to the point. Jason Branch now back behind him. Both of your top 2 drivers have yet to come to pit road. Kevin Burrows and Lee Staples down onto pit road and in their box. Left side going up. Down and away for Kevin Burrows, and he heads off of pit road. John Peel going to bring his 77 down pit road for fuel and tires. What does the 99 do? Oh, Branch, little hot coming in. Oh, no, Jason Branch. Trouble for Branch on entry to pit road. That is going to pretty much seal the deal for his night. He's going to need a caution flag to recover from that mistake here. The 99, your pole sitter, your points leader, Trouble, coming to pit road. Sean Mitchell's going to reassume the race lead once again here with that big undercut. But look at that. Todd McGregor, he was able to stay with him, keep that gap a little bit closer now. Last time we seen that undercut, he had about 2 seconds over the next driver back, but Todd McGregor not staying out as long, and he's going to come to pit road, get back up to speed, close within a half a second of that 65 blue diecast of Sean Mitchell, now back at the point. Through our second round of green flag pit stops, that's going to leave us with just 10 drivers left on the lead lap. However, Lee Campbell very, very close to being in danger and going down a lap. Keeping himself right now in a good spot, but if he gives up about another second on the track, he is going to fall right into the hands of these top 2 drivers. And this goes into play for Jerry Cochran and Kevin Burrows, sitting three more seconds back Another 2 seconds back from Cochran is Burrows, your top 5, strung out just a little bit. There you can see John Peel 13 seconds back from your race leader. So the undercut really showing here second time around. In a battle for the race lead, Todd McGregor looks to put this 71 to the top of the speed charts. He's going to drag race down into turn number 3. He'll go to the bottom. He'll pull through the center of 3 and 4. 1 car length advantage already as he heads through the tri-oval. He'll clip the car through the apron, try to slot in front of that 14, maybe use him as a pick. Not going to be able to utilize that move, but now McGregor goes to the point. That's going to be our 9th different lead change here tonight amongst 4 different drivers. 5 different drivers now. I apologize. Ooh, things getting a little hard to keep up with here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And as you can see over there on that scroller bottom of your screen, check out some of the great upcoming races here with the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. We'll head to Texas No Limit Speedway, then off to Richmond Raceway. Then we'll fire things off for the championship round in September 13th. Under the lights, championship night here in season number 3 for Swift Motorsports. We'll do it big down in Miami. Drivers starting to close in on that 30 lap to go mark. Todd McGregor was able to take the point back on lap number 73, so he's beginning to pad his back pocket with some laps led, but I don't think anybody is going to snatch the most laps led award here tonight from Kevin Burrows. The 23 has got that one secured, and it looks like his biggest competition with some trouble, or I should say biggest competition early in the race. The 99 of Jason Branch had trouble on the first round of green flag pit stops, then big trouble coming to his second pit stop. Slid the tires, got into the inside safer barrier, had to back the car up and then head down pit road. Fixed the machine, was on pit road for quite some time. Branch now sits 2 laps down, running in 13th. We'll go back a little bit further up through the field. Why don't we check out a battle going on here? There you can see Chad Lancaster. He's beginning to close in on John McMillan Sr. That's 8th and 9th on the speedway. There's the 15 of Logan Hartman. Hartman listed off of the lead lap, running in 11th. Way up the track is Hartman in that 15. O2 looking for a way around the 15. Looks like he's going to have to pick his lane wisely and run it down there just as good as he can. We'll just have to wait to see how it all runs down. Side by side now once again. Can Lancaster make his way by the back marker? I say the back marker, but Lancaster, I believe, is very close to being put off of the lead lap. And whoa, big moment there for that 15, and contact with the outside wall now. Hartman struggling to keep the pace inside of that 15. Kevin Burrows going to get by Jerry Cochran for the 3rd spot. Now that's a battle as Todd McGregor continues to lead by 2.3 seconds. Sean Mitchell is falling to the wayside. Here comes Kevin Burrows. Chase race number 2, 24 laps remain. And the 18's going to hit pit road. Cochran to pit road for a third time. I guess he realized he wasn't going to have enough to run it to the end the way he needed to, and Cochran going to try a 3-stop race. Noah Owens has already been to pit road for his third stop here tonight, so a handful of drivers electing to come down just about 10 laps after, excuse me, after they were previously on pit road. We'll have to see how the rest of the field runs this one on out, as Sean Mitchell is falling back by about a half a second a lap. Last time by, Todd McGregor ran a 31.76. Sean Mitchell with a 32.10. Kevin Burrows back in third, ran a 31.95. Fastest on the speedway last time around, though, was this man right here, the 77 of John Peel. He ain't playing around. He was 0.4 of a second faster than your race leader last time around. We'll check the stopwatch one more time. He's going to cross the stripe that time around, and it looks like, yeah, right at 0.6 of a second faster that lap. Peel, he's coming. He's on the move. He's got the 5 of Lee Staples tucked in right behind him. That's going to allow those two drivers to run a little bit faster, a little bit of a draft, a little bit of help, even though it is just two cars and they're not tucked right up on each other. Those two drivers are indeed gaining an advantage from running with each other. Chad Lancaster beginning to close in now on John McMillan Jr. Once again, that's going to be a battle for 6th and 7th. To come back down to pit road for a third and final, mix up the running order once again. Time for some house cleaning. 14 drivers came to tonight's chase race number 2 here in Swift MotorSports BUTTKICKER Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. We have still got all 14 drivers out there running on the track tonight. Looks like we're down to just about 7 drivers on the lead lap. John McMillan Sr. going to be the last driver on the lead lap. As there you can see David Cameron, he's going to fall victim to your race leader. Cameron going to fall a second lap down. Back to the battle, though, on the speedway. Let's go back here because John Peel, he's got company. Lee Staples still runs right there with him. And with 10 laps to go, more front runners to pit road. Lee Staples jumps from the racing line and down to pit road. There you can see Todd McGregor trying to keep David Cameron behind him. I believe that's the 88 of Noah Owens, who has fallen a second lap down. He's got the fresh tires and that Blues die-cast. 88, can Owens get around and get himself just one lap down once again? That gap is just continuing to grow right now between Todd McGregor and Sean Mitchell. That gap now upwards of 4.2 seconds. Kevin Burrows beginning to close in on Mitchell. Keeping an eye on your race leader for a moment as he works his way through some of this heavy lap traffic. Looks like David Cameron willing to just kind of sit right there for the time being, as Logan Hartman in the 15, he's going to pull to pit road for his final round of green flag pit stops. Let's go back here with Kevin Burrows. He's beginning to close in on that 65. Burrows looks for another spot. There you can see John Peel just off in the background, 2.7 seconds to be made up if Peel wants to have a shot at a podium here tonight. And it looks like Mitchell's going to come from the track. He's going to head to pit road. He's going to pull the 65 down to pit road for what will or should be his final stop of the race. Going to be the final stop under green flag conditions at least. Can he stretch it all the way? Let's look at some of the tire strategies out there. There you can see 30 laps, 32 laps. Now Todd McGregor working on lap number 29 in this run. 33 and 35 turned in by Burrows. He's on lap 23, so he can make it around another 12 laps. That's still 2 laps short here from what we've got left tonight. Will these drivers be able to save enough? It is gonna be close. It is gonna be tricky coming to the end of tonight's race. And who would have thought Las Vegas Motor Speedway would end up showing us a fuel mileage race, a pure down and out fuel mileage race, just out and out, down to it. I mean, no ifs, ands, buts about it. You've seen drivers trying to extend that first run. You've seen drivers extend that second run, and still, they just don't quite have enough right on the cusp of being able to make it without a third pit stop. It's going to be very close for McGregor, but even closer for Burrows. And you can hear Burrows. Burrows is out of the gas as Todd McGregor hits pit road. Todd McGregor to pit road. He'll give up the race lead into the hands of this man. Back to the point. Once again, that 23 of Kevin Burrows reassumes the race lead. That's going to give us our 10th different lead change of the night. Right here on the light's going to finish things out for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker, Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series, and Burrows looking to separate himself in the win column. He's going to look for his 5th win on the season after Jason Branch matched him last week with 4 race wins on the year. Burrows having none of it. 10 to go this time around. Is he gonna have enough fuel? It is gonna be close. Kevin Burrows last on the pit road back at lap number 68. It is going to be a tall task to stretch it as far as he needs to. He's gonna have to stretch it about 37 laps on this fuel run here. But how about the man that is closing in? You can see that distance really get chopped down there. John Peel, this driver right here inside of the 77 machine, he is making up a ton of ground. Last time by was almost 0.3 of a second faster, as now that gap under 5 seconds with 8 to go. This time around, Peel is on pace, and he's got a little bit more fuel. He came to pit road 1 lap later than your race leader. Will it be enough when it's all said and done? Lee Campbell going to bring his 14 machine to pit road for his 3rd and final stop of the race. David Cameron and Jason Branch, they have yet to come to pit road for their final stop of the night. They're on track to try to finish this thing on out as well, but both of those drivers listed 1 lap down here, as now Peel's going to have to deal with one of the back markers. That's the 69 of Larry Bowling inside that Texaco Havoline black and red Chevy Impala, and looks like Bowling going to make his way around. Bowling still sits 2 laps down to your race leader, Kevin Burrows, who now has a 6-second advantage as Peel has to give way to the back marker. That's going to slow his progress almost 0.3 of a second slower than Kevin Burrows that time around. John Peel dealing with lap traffic. We'll check back in with the race leader. There you can see him on screen as he makes his way around the track. Kevin Burrows back into turn one. Boss man, gonna give him the hi. How are ya? High five. 5 laps remaining here in Las Vegas Motor Speedway on this 1.5 mile D-shaped oval. Quick track tonight. Quick racing as well. We have been clean and green all night long. Burrows makes his way off of 4. He'll come across the stripe to begin. Just 4 laps to go. Lap number 100 in the books. Lap 101 now underway. Looks like Kevin Burrows is here to stay at that point. Burrows, 6.5 second advantage over John Peel. Jerry Cochran another 15 seconds back, as we have got multiple drivers off of the lead lap, and we have got multiple drivers in danger of falling off of the lead lap late in the race. As Burrows crosses the line, 3 remain here from Vegas. Jump back outside of the car just a little bit. We do have a battle on the track. That's going to be for 4th and 5th on the speedway. That's Sean Mitchell and Todd McGregor as popsicle sticks on display for your race leader, Kevin Burrows. Just 2 laps remain. Can Sean Mitchell keep that 65 out in front of the 71 of Todd McGregor? McGregor with 4-lap fresher tires. Is that going to be enough to get himself a little further in the top 5? McGregor needs each and every point that he can grab. John McMillan Sr. going to peel off of the track, and he'll come to pit road for his final stop. White flag, final lap for Kevin Burrows as he leads the field at the front. Whoa, close, crazy racing action there between the 65 and the 71. We'll jump back to the race leader, though. Give this man his credit where it is due. And we'll head down into turn number 3 and 4. He is way out of the gas. Burrows through 3 and 4, back through the tri-oval. He'll come to the line. Checkered flag flies here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Kevin Burrows going to take the top spot. John Peel going to finish in 2nd with Jerry Cochran back in 3rd. But how about the battle? We're waiting for it. There they come off of the corner. Todd McGregor, Sean Mitchell going at it. The 18 gets spun. Oh my goodness. Todd McGregor cracks in to the podium spots with that contact. Let's check it one more time. We'll look at it one more time. We'll watch this entire battle unfold here between Todd McGregor and Sean Mitchell. There you can see them closing in on Jerry Cochran very fast down the backstretch. This is going to end up being 3rd, 4th, 5th on the speedway. They all come together here in turn number 3. Oh boy, Todd McGregor goes right to the outside. Sean Mitchell looks to the bottom, clips the 18. Both of them hard impact with the outside wall. And with those 2 drivers making the contact, that was just enough to put Todd McGregor into a podium spot. Man, what a finish back there, 3rd, 4th, and 5th on the speedway. And well, race fans, we're going to have to step away for just a brief moment, get things set and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Back trackside at the conclusion of yet another barn burner here in Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker. Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. Man, what a finish. Talking about that finisher, speaking of that finish, why don't we see if we can't catch in and have a word or two with one of the drivers that finished in those podium spots. Tell you what, let's talk to the driver that walked away third here tonight, Todd McGregor. It's Dave in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, how you feeling after that solid third place, and walk us through that final lap?
Well, we were. I felt like I was being blocked a little bit, but that's okay. That's racing. Took two tires on my last pit stop, hoping it would get me where I needed to be, and uh, just thought I'd hang her out there and see what happened. I come out all right. I needed some points after the start of this chase. I have had a little bit of a low spot, I guess. Can't get a good finish, but this one here helps.
Absolutely, and was going to mention that with with the top 12 moving on to Texas next week when we hit the track. A solid podium finish here for you tonight. That's going to go a long way. You led a handful of laps as well, so that should help out the cause as well. How confident are you feeling moving forward from here, and as we head to Texas?
Oh, you get to watch this every week with us, and there's some fast guys out here. Consistency is going to play a big part of it. Seems like fuel mileage is something I'm lacking, and some of those guys are getting real good at fuel mileage, and that's going to be a play. That's going to be a factor in it.
Absolutely. Well, Todd, man, congratulations on a great run here tonight, walking away with the third spot on the podium here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home?
Oh, the wife and kiddos, and you guys for what you do. You make Monday nights worth going to work and coming home, sitting down and having a good time with everybody. So you guys, you do a good job, and I do appreciate it.
All right, Todd. Well, if that's it, we'll try to catch up with you next week at Texas.
I hope to be here in the booth. That means you've won some points. Thank you, guys.
All right, there you have it. The 71 of Todd McGregor, happy with the solid points day right when he needed it, right before the cutoff round, or this was the cutoff race, right before we head into round number 2 of the championship chase here for Swift Motorsports. Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. McGregor finishes tonight in third. And that's going to move us right along to the driver that walked away tonight in that second position, a driver that we've come accustomed to seeing in these post-race interviews. Let's see if we can't catch up with the man that finished second here tonight, John Peel. It's Dave in the booth. You got your ears on?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling after that solid run here tonight?
I'm actually feeling really good about it. I don't think there was any way for me to save more than Kevin. We both ran out there at the end, and we were. I mean, if a green white checker came out there, man, I think we were hurt. We saw it get a little hairy near the end, and was just hoping a caution wouldn't come out.
Well, John, you came into tonight's race sitting second in the point standings, solidly into the next round of the chase. With the second place finish here tonight, that just kind of solidifies those steady top tens and top fives that you've been able to rattle off all season long. So, how are you and the crew feeling about Texas and Richmond? Are you eyeballing Homestead? Do you feel like you can go ahead and just start locking in on that championship night?
Yeah, I mean, Homestead is one of my favorite tracks, but I'm not going to think about that until I'm in that race. I got to think of one race at a time, and I feel better about Texas than I did, coming into Las Vegas. I ran a few other races recently where I didn't I ran out and took the lead early, and then I did really bad at saving tires. So I came out tonight trying to focus on that, and I did a great job at that. And it gives me a little more confidence going into Texas because the way this league runs, how clean everybody is, it could run green the whole way, and you just always got to be ready to save.
Yeah, you never know when the races may end up in a fuel mileage race, and you guys doing a heck of a job out there extending the fuel runs all night long. So, John, again, congratulations walking away with the second spot on track here tonight from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home on that 77?
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone at Turn 3 for putting on such a good show, and I want to thank Justin Gahn for running the Swift Series. It's so fun running with these guys. Everybody's really competitive, but we still all respect each other, and you see good clean racing, I think, week in, week out. And I just want to thank Kevin and Todd, man. That was a heck of a run. I also want to shout out uh, Jason Branch, because I know he's not going anywhere, man. I don't know exactly what happened, but he's going to be battling week in, week out to try to get to that championship race. So it's going to be a wild ride from here on out.
Absolutely, and we can't wait to enjoy the ride ourselves, man. You guys put on a heck of a show week in and week out. So again, John, congratulations with second here tonight, and we'll see if we can improve that one spot next week at Texas.
Yeah, thanks again. Hopefully I talk to you next week.
All right, there you have it. John Peel, driver out of Bradenton, Florida. He's going to pull that 77 machine into the second finishing spot here tonight and solidify his championship run. He'll look to Texas Motor Speedway to continue at the championship, and that's going to bring us to the one and only, the man of the moment, the man of the hour, walking away with his fifth win of the season here tonight. Kevin Burrows, it's Dave in the booth. You got me?
I do. How are you, Dave?
Doing pretty good. How about you, man?
Very well. Very well.
As I say, another race win. You should be feeling well.
Yeah. Yeah. After last week's catastrophe with the coming in the pits a little bit too hot, it was nice to get back up here in first place.
Now, I want to talk about the battle that you and Jason Branch have kind of had all season long. We've noticed that you guys are usually right there running with each other, looking through the stats and the standings and things of that nature, looking through that win column. You and him were tied before tonight's race. You're going to edge him out just a little bit now with 5 race wins to his 4. He rattled off the first 3 wins of the season. You rattled off the next 3. I mean, is there a little bit of rivalry going here?
Oh, for sure. I mean, from the very beginning, I thought to myself that he was the one to beat. So if I could beat him, I could take it. Now the chase, of course, is completely different. You got John sitting right up there, and so got to keep my eye on both of them and everybody else. I mean, the chase makes it a whole different ballgame.
All right. Well, Kevin, man, congratulations on your 5th win of the season, leading the most laps here tonight underneath the lights, finishing things out here in round number 1 for the championship chase here with Swift Motorsports. Before we let you go and enjoy the night and maybe go gamble a little bit after you're winning here tonight, maybe feeling a little lucky, but
Sure.
as we were saying, any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Shout out to the wife and the kid for letting me enjoy the hobby. Big thank you to Swift, and thank you, Dave. As always, man, you do a great job up here in the booth.
Well, I do appreciate the kind words there, Kevin, and we'll look forward to catching up with you again before this season's out. We've got 3 races left. I can assure I should see you in the podium spots again.
Hope to see you for 3 more races.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words from Kevin Burrows, hoping to finish out the season with 3 more podium spots and talk to us in all of the post-race interviews as we are down to just 3 races left here in the Swift Motorsports BUTTKICKER Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series season number 3. The chase is underway. But we know who snatched the checkered flag here tonight. Kevin Burrows walks away your race winner. And well, race fans, again, another great one in the books as these drivers continue to put on shows week in, week out. We'll begin to kind of dim the lights and shut things down for a little bit. But first, and before we do, what do you say we run down some of those race results? You can hear the producers with the music in the background. Here you go, your unofficial race results here in race number 12 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. Kevin Burrows captures the flag for the 5th time this season. He'll walk away in the top spot. John Peel gonna pull his 77 home to the 2nd spot tonight, while Todd McGregor rounds out your podium. The 18 of Jerry Cochran gonna get together with Sean Mitchell. Both of those drivers will finish 4th and 5th on the speedway tonight. Lee Staples gonna slot the 5 home in the 6th finishing spot here tonight, while the 88 Blues diecast of Noah Owens gonna walk away in 7th. 8th spot here tonight to the 02 of Chad Lancaster. Jason Branch, your points leader coming into tonight's race, your pole sitter tonight, with some trouble coming to pit road on his 2nd green flag stop. Branch gonna lose 1 lap. He'll finish back in 9th. Rounding out the top 10 with yet another solid top 10 finish this season, the 51 of John Big Mac McMillan Sr. Larry Poling in the 69 gonna bring his machine home in 11th. 12th place goes to the 15 of Logan Hartman, and David Cameron gonna walk away 13th. Rounding out the field here tonight will be the 14 of Lee Campbell. Big shout out and thank you. You're welcome to race official and admin in the race control booth over there, Justin Gann down the hall. We had to knock on the door a couple times. Caught him sleeping down there. Not a lot of action for him to stay busy. Drivers keeping it clean and green for all 105 laps here tonight from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Be sure to mark it on your calendar. We'll head back to the track next week at Texas No Limit Speedway. That's right, we'll begin round number 2 in the chase, in the championship chase here in season number 3. And with those final few races coming up, don't forget to join us in that push to 2,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave, and the Cave, each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Without you, there'd be no us. So show these drivers some love and drop them that thumbs up. And until then, until next time, tomorrow night, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, the Performance Truck Series, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until then, we'll meet you in Turn 3.